Hello and welcome to Technical Insight. I'm Benita Waters and today we're talking to Jay Pearson, Department Head for Building Construction Technology. Jay, tell us a little bit about everything we're surrounded by here.
Well, you're in the Masonry Department at Greenville Tech's Building Construction Department. We're located on the main campus and we've got various projects that the students are constructing. We have the student come in and work what's called an open-in, close-in department. By that I mean the class we teach in the spring, we only teach in the spring. Class we teach in the summer, we only teach in the summer. In the fall. So we have a variety of projects. The student starts out with just a basic project, working by themselves, seeing if they can maybe build a mailbox. And then from there they learn how to actually do laying to a wall or line. And that really incorporates teamwork, and they learn how to work together.
Okay. You said you got the certain classes or certain semesters they have to start at a specific time, or can they start any semester?
Start any semester. It's open in, close in.
Okay. And you've got some rock here, you've got bricks, so they're learning a variety of things, not just bricklaying like maybe people think about.
Exactly. And the industry's constantly changing, and by that it's kind of odd because it actually goes back to what it was at one time. That's why they say, never change your clothes because it'll come back in style. Rock's really making a comeback now, and even in some of the houses that have vinyl siding and either the hardy board, what they're doing, a certain aspect of the house, maybe the front of it, they're just putting rock on, so that's making a good comeback. So
with it being a comeback, then there's lots of jobs opportunities out there for them?
Plenty of job opportunities. The average mason, we just had an advisory committee meeting, and the average age of the mason in our area is 55 years old. Okay. So we're actually focusing on that 5th and 6th grader, because within the next 7 to 10 years, that we're going to have a massive vacuum of construction workers leaving the area due to retirement. Okay. So we're actually doing math in the workplace at various elementary schools around Greenville County.
Okay. Well, we're surrounded by all the masonry, but that's not all you all do here. What else do you do? We've
also got a plumbing. The plumbing works at night, and once again, it's an open-in, close-in. They can come in at any semester. And the classes we teach in the spring, we only teach in the spring. Classes we teach in the summer, only the summer, and the fall. And so it's a night class. It usually runs 2 nights a week. Depending on which courses we offer, basically the classes run anywhere from 5:30 to 10. Okay.
And same thing with the plumbing, there's a need there for the people in the area?
A massive need. And if you read the paper and you look at the news, everybody talks about housing being down. Well, in our area, housing's not down. Right. And I don't really think that it'll go down for at least another 15, 20 years. It may stabilize, but I don't think it'll go down. What you're going to see is the homeowners decide to do additions instead of upgrading their houses. Right. And so if you're going to add a bathroom, it's difficult because you've got such a continued housing boom in this area to get a plumber to come off of a full job where he's going to make anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 to come to a little job and make $1,500. Okay. So we've got a good vacuum there that we can fill those workers.
And what kind of students do you have in all these different programs that you have? You got people straight out of high school, people that are in job transition, career transition?
Both of them really. One of the best government programs that's been offered recently is WIA, the Workforce Investment Act. So we get what's called a non-traditional student. Maybe that student that's worked in textiles and their job's gone offshore, we can come back and we can train them. So our age runs in the building construction, in the masonry, and in the plumbing. Our age runs anywhere from 18 to about 50.
Okay, so you got a variety there.
A variety and a diverse group, because you've got some people with a background. We've had people that have actually gone to Clemson and they've got a degree maybe in business, and then they've wanted to come back. We had a gentleman about a year ago, he actually had a master's degree, and he got tired of that and he wanted to get into construction. He was 55 years old and we've retrained him. He's doing a great job out there now.
I think you've had a lot of women come through your program too, haven't you?
A lot of women, and the good thing about women, they really add a lot to the class because, like the book says, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. When you have a woman in the class, it adds a different perspective because they see things differently. Right. And they kind of help us think outside the box.
There you go. So I know you like to say in building construction that you cover from the foundation to the roof. So in addition to the masonry and the plumbing, you can build whole houses.
Whole houses. We really have a great partnership with Habitat for Humanity, and we want to thank them for giving us an opportunity to help them. We partner with several civic organizations, churches and stuff like that, the Rotary. And if they get out there and say they're running a problem, they need some really not just labor, but some technical expertise, we'll go out and help them do that. In 2006, we built 17 houses for Habitat for Humanity. We built all or part of that house. So by that, we're heavy into the labs.
Right.
When you come to Greenville Tech, what we want to do is we want to help you achieve your educational goals. So the first thing we do is we sit down and say, okay, where are you at and where are you going? And it's like ascending a set of stairs. And so we're going to help that person achieve their goal. Everybody that comes at Greenville Tech in the building construction department, they may not want to be a contractor. They may not want to be a plumber, but they're going to learn every aspect, once again, from the foundational roof. They'll find their little niche in life, and we'll help them achieve their educational goals.
And if you've got people that maybe aren't interested in the construction end of it, you also have an apartment maintenance program. The
apartment maintenance working good. The low numbers that we continue to see in the Simpsonville, Fountain Inn area are around 275 new families moving into that area. So we've got a great program that we've partnered with Tom Shiflett, who is the department head of HVAC. And they can come in there and they can learn about the various aspects of maintenance for apartment maintenance.
Okay. Well, if anybody's interested in any of these programs that they've heard us talk about today, how do they get in touch with you? Are you the person they contact?
Well, we've just upgraded at Greenville Tech all of the websites at the industrial division, so they can just get on the website and go to BCT, and from there they can find us. If they want to do like I like to talk to a real person on the phone, they can contact me at my phone number at 250-8213. We'll be glad to help you. And of course we have voicemail, and we'll get back to you definitely by lunch. And I want to say that because typically classes start at Greenville Tech in the building construction department around 8. Okay. And from there we'll run about 2:30. Well, usually around 9 o'clock we're actually out in the lab, and we've got 2 labs here on the main campus at Barton campus. And so I may move back and forth trying to help out. And so at 9 o'clock, it's very difficult to get me on the phone there, but we will return your call and we will make sure that we can help you achieve your educational goals.
All right. Well, there's one more thing I want to cover with you. I know we talked about from the foundation to the roof, and actually when somebody comes through your program, what about if they're wanting their contractor's license? I know they meet some requirements because you all are licensed.
Exactly. There are a lot of people out there, I'm glad you mentioned that, there are a lot of people out there that are starting to run prep classes in order to get your builder's license. We in the building construction department, I really don't think that's ethical, and I want to cover that just for a moment. Because a lot of people, they're going to say, hey, here's 7 books, learn this and you can pass your license. Right. Until a person actually gets on a job site, they're not going to be oriented enough, and it's not really fair to that individual, nor is it fair to the homeowner that's going to deal with them. So everybody that works at Greenville Tech in the building construction department, we're all licensed contractors. Right. We've got over 30 years experience between myself and all our faculty. And in order to get your builder's license in South Carolina, you have to work under a licensed contractor for 1 year, and then you've got to take and pass the 2-part test, which deals with all the estimated quantity takeoff, all your codes, and then how to do business in South Carolina. So if you come to Greenville Tech, we can save you that year. And that way, we're actually heavy in the labs, like I said, so we can save that year. Greenville Tech, if we run a 97% pass rate. The first time any of our students comes through our program, 1 year, and they take the builder's license, 97% of them will pass the builder's license the first time they take it.
That's excellent.
It is, because if you were to call the state of South Carolina, they're going to tell you that the average is 60% pass rate the first time you take that test. An open book test is very difficult. Mm-hmm. And by that, you know, everybody out there listening, think about when you were in high school and how many times did you take a test and you prepared yourself and you started to pull a blank and then you kind of get frustrated. So what we try to do is we work through those texts, because there's 7 textbooks and every sentence is a potential question on that test. So it's difficult. So they can come through, and we've had people come through and just want to get their builder's license and sub stuff out. You can do that. It'll take anywhere from 6 to 8 months in order to build a house, depending on your weather. And so a person can come in there and do that, make anywhere from 12 to 18% if they do a cost plus, and they can pick up an extra $15,000 a year, supplement their income. Another great thing at Greenville Tech, in addition to the bookwork they get practical experience. The classes that we're in currently right now in the fall, we teach BCT 101, Introduction, BCT 102, Fundamentals, and BCT 113, Blueprint Reading, and BCT 131, Estimating Quantity Takeoff. So all the students are put into a group, anywhere from 4 to 5, and they build a scale model house. Each of them are assigned a county in South Carolina, usually Greenville County or Greenville City or Spartanburg County. Some of them deal with Anderson County because they live out in that area. They've got to physically go out to the courthouse. They've got to pull a permit. They've got to do all the research and everything. Then they've also got to create a PowerPoint presentation, and they've got to sell that to a prospective home buyer. So that way they know everything that's going to take in order to build that house. A lot of the contractors come through and they may have that experience as far as the hammer and nails, but they don't know the book work. Right. And that's why a lot of times in business, most businesses fail within 3 years because they can't handle the paperwork part of it. So we try to help them learn how to do that.
They're getting the hands-on and the book work,
And
and
the
they're
book
putting
work.
it together.
Because in the summer, we actually cover project management. And then the book, the part of the test in order to get your residential license is how to do business in South Carolina. So we go through that complete book, how to keep up with your time cards, your money, and we just help the student work through that.
Well, that's great, Jay. You've given us a lot of excellent information today. I appreciate you joining us on Technical Insight. Thank you for joining us for Technical Insight, and we'll see you next time.